video. You can go search through the videos and find it. Let me see. Type in the Rainmakers of Saturn interview. It used to be one of the top videos. You don't even see it no more. You got all this other stuff. Oh, okay, here. Oh, here it is right here. Salakia. It's actually still up. No, but I searched it before. I couldn't find it. But you had a guy on there. Let me see if I can go to the part real quick. Where they say the beings actually look like they got off 3 ships. A guy named Norman Bergman. See if I can get to the main part. See if this, it should be right here.
That happened. At that point, I was just a plain mechanical engineer with some administrative things that Cornell was able to give me. But I was told, you never use your feelings here.
And that's how it is with the scriptures too, man. You read these scriptures, you gotta completely erase your feelings, your emotions. Because you think emotionally, you're not gonna think logical. Because you're gonna be, oh, I feel, instead of saying, I know.
It's data. And that has stuck with me all of my life. Don't use your feelings. And you've got to nail something down.
Let me see if I can get to the exact part. You can watch this video, man. Let me see if I can show that. It's called Project Camelot, Norman Bergman, Rainmakers of Saturn. Because this one up here, if they hadn't took it down, maybe somebody re-uploaded it or something.
Power to the engine that could get the hand for the...
Find this exact part.
Supposed to go? Were you shooting it somewhere?
If we were firing it from Cape Canaveral. Well, we got up the doorway. I don't know what that is.
All right, here's the part I was looking for right here. It's right in the middle.
It's just another kind of thing that we've got very nice. And it can grow and grow and grow and grow.
Okay,
So an MV, and it's self-evident.
Uh-huh. So are you not positing the idea that those vehicles contain, beings who are, maybe like us?
Yeah, I only go along with government images. And if you want...
Let me see if I can find those images real quick. Just for edification's sake. See, this is shit that Esau don't want nobody to know about. They want you on your phones looking at TikTok and shit. This is stuff that they don't want you to know about. That's why certain men that had this information, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, was to share this stuff. And not being fear of Esau. Because they like to play them little fear games and do little bullshit. But fuck Esau. Because they don't have the power over life and death. The Most High issue that out. Let me see. Found the actual image. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted to look for right here. Now, they monitor this stuff. They have the high-powered scopes and stuff. That's why they always kill the ISS feed from the space station. Different other little telescope live streams, because they actually have other live streams besides that one. If you look it up and look into it, it's different ones. Some that be viewing up there by the Arctic, some be viewing by Alaska, all this different stuff. So when they start seeing stuff like this pop up, eventually they're going to cut the stream. They don't want everybody to see this. But you always have somebody that catch stuff right at the right moment. It just says infrared photograph of one of the giant cylindrical objects taken by the Hubble in the rings of Saturn. Now, who can actually be flying out there by the rings of Saturn out here in space, man? Well, we supposed to live on a flat Earth. It's supposed to be a dome. Let them idiots tell you. Anyway, let me finish explaining this.
You know about people trying to think.
And just for the edification's sake, we up under a fucking dome. How asteroids and meteors get through? What is a sunroof somewhere?
There is the ship that picked up the Voyager capsule at Alameda, the Naval Shipyard, and they have a picture there of I think it's the Apollo flight that the Bugs and Neil were on. But anyway, there is one image there that shows black people getting off.
Oh, what did he say? Who was getting off? Not no fucking grays and no little reptilians. What he say was getting off them ships? Run that back one more time. Make sure I got the volume up just decent enough.
There is one image there that shows black people getting off.
And look at her face, man. That's what Esau feared the fucking most, because they had our people in captivity in this lower state. Hey, but I big Akim, Yahweh Shah gonna send Yahweh Shah back there with the angels, man. He's gonna get us the fuck out of here. And that seems far-fetched to a lot of people, man, because they don't have no faith. People be talking about faith and all this other shit. You gotta have a high level of faith to even visualize that without actually seeing it happen just yet. Well, you got the evidence though. You got the photos. You got people recording videos, because they ain't just no photos. You got people giving testimonies. What more do you need? And, hold on, let me pull this other precept. I always think of this real quick when people be asking me about certain stuff, about spiritual stuff. And they pop straight up to, let me go back. It's in the book of John, chapter 3, verse 12. It says, if I told you earthly things and you believe not, how should you believe if I tell you of heavenly things? And a lot of people, they don't even believe earthly shit, but they'll go believe some bullshit though. So if you can't believe the little basic stuff, how you gonna believe the heavenly things though? This is something that's heavenly.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Dark black.
Black?
skin.
What'd he say? Black.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall.
And see, that's what the book of Ezekiel talking about. I ain't gotta go back to this video. Let me see. Pull this back up. When it said they look like burning coals, not this bullshit right here. What Esau put out. Look at all the movies, all the angels white. That's a fucking myth. That's blasphemy too. They put all this in the movies though. That's how much they hate us, man. They don't even want a so-called man of color to even have the mind frame thinking higher. They want you to think on that low vibration, think less of yourself. Think that it can't be no beings out there that's dark skinned that travel from the heavens down to earth to watch over us and do all this different stuff to maneuver in these ships. It can't be. That's how Esau wants you to think though. And then they create this shit. And it's false images, man. Let me run this back, and I'm gonna read that precept one more time.
There is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall? How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got up the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
I'd say 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
Have you heard about Clark McClellan's statement about that?
No,
Oh, you haven't? Have you ever been in touch with him?
no.
No?
I have tried to stay independent and not be affected by others' opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have what I present clash with somebody else and see who wins.
Okay.
And settle it that way, rather than make a shouting match over it.
Sure.
I learned in Ames that the longer you shouted, the more probable it was that you would get your way. And I don't want to go through that routine.
Okay, well, good for you.
And that's how it is, man. People do that little shit. They try to shoot down the truth, shoot down certain information. The guy that they mentioned is definitely one of those individuals. If you research it and look into that type of stuff, they don't want this information out, man. But it's out, man. You can't hide it, Esau. Now they say those beings were black. They were very black. Now let me go into burning coals. Back one more time. So if a being is very black with an aura around it, that's what the book of Ezekiel is describing. It says, as back in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 13, it says, as for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and the likeness, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright. Now the fire went forth lightning, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. Man, Esau can't fight that shit, man. I don't care what type of lasers they gonna make in the space station, in them little bunkers, whatever they conjuring up. They can't fight that, man. Now I'm gonna read on down some more. It says, now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures, with its 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl. And they 4 had one likeness in their appearance as their work was as it were a wheel within the middle of a wheel. When they went upon 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about. And that's something similar to this. That's why I wanted to keep this up here. Look like eyes are going around it. See all them little lights on the outside of it. And even to this day, it's just parabolic talk. Let me close this down. I'm going to actually say that just in case they try to take it down. I still have it bookmarked some type of way. Still to this day, certain headlights, they name them after eyes. Like one set of headlights that I like, they actually call them angel eyes. So back then, this was just a parabolic speech of how that stuff looked. Now it says in verse 21, when those stood, these stood, and when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels, so they can't fight nothing with that. You can't fight a spiritual vehicle, a spiritual being with something carnal. You're gonna lose every time, man. That's why in the book of 2nd Ezra, it said they were afraid, but yet there's fight. Cause they're gonna be spooked when they see that. They see all them ships, all them different angels, dark-skinned angels on top of that. They don't see nobody of color with power. That's ultimate power, man. That's heavenly power. I'm gonna pull a few more precepts and I'm gonna end this off. this is going on during the time of the Exodus as well. Just another example of how the chariots is always around and still do be around. So we Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 33, it says, who went in a way before you to search you out of place, to pitch your tents and fire by night to show you about which way you should go, and then a cloud by day. And that's how the chariots do. Certain men, well, I won't even say certain men, people in general get guided by angels. That's why you always have people say, oh, I got a guardian angel or this and that. Yeah, you actually have angels that guide you. They actually come down, take your prayers up. Whatever you pray for, they go send it up to the Most High and take it before Him. They're the eyes of the Most High. They see what's going on in Babylon. That's why the scriptures say the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He ain't talking about his actual eyeballs. He's talking about his extra eyes. That those are the angels. He's sending them to go watch and monitor stuff and bring back a report. He said his eyes are over the sinful kingdom. But I was going to end that off of that. Let me just get that. So I won't butcher it up. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 15. It's one of them. It says, the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open until they cry. So whatever you're crying for, you're going through, you're praying for, hey, best believe the Most High got an angel. You can't see him in the physical form. But best believe on the spiritual level, they there. Let me see, I'm going to go into some more, since I'm speaking on this. Book of Psalms, chapter 33, verse 18, it says, surely the eyes of the Lord are on those who fear him, on those whose hope is in his love and devotion. Let me pull some more. Now I end this off of this. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 7. It says, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. That's why sometimes you go through stuff and you be wondering, like, man, how do I get out of that situation like that? The Most High had them angels making sure you're good. Now, when he take that hedge of protection away from you, like how that situation happened with Job, hey, all type of shit will happen to you. So the best thing you can do is fear your heart by Shin Yahushua, like the scripture said, the beginning of what? Beginning of knowledge, of wisdom, if I'm not mistaken. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10. It says, let me scroll down. I was looking for the one in the book of Proverbs, but this line right up with it too as well. It said, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Because you have people that can't grasp that concept as well, but understanding, like the book of Job said, who can number the clouds, who can place borders in the sand so the sea don't pass it, who can number the sand, who can hold lightning. When you understand that, you better fear the Most High. And I says, a good understanding have all they that do his commandments, his praise endure forever. So you Akim, man, you understand these things and you can grasp this stuff. You're going through what you're going through. And don't even trip, man. We all go through stuff. Some go through it on a higher level. Every man had their own lot. We just endure to the end. Because you want to build that number like that song. They say, oh, when the saints go marching in, or how I like to build that number. Hey, you want to build that number. So when this is edifying, call on Yahweh Shem, Shalom to the left.